Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. This should be a treat. This is Port Brewing SPA, which stands for Summer Pale Ale. This is a 6% alcohol by volume. These guys, Port Brewing, are out of San Marcos, California. We did a beer from them the other day, and it didn't have any dating or anything on it. So that was the biggest gripe that I had from Port Brewing, and not dating their beers. So this one doesn't appear to have a date on it anyway. Got a lot of condensation on the bottle. We'll take a closer look, but I don't think they date their stuff. And this is a 22-ounce bomber here too. This comes from Servall Liquors. Their website is craftcity.com. And they're out of San Diego. So if you're in the San Diego area, you need to stop by Servall Liquors and check out their beer selection. They seem to have quite a few of them, over 1,500 beers in stock. So pretty good sized store to have that many craft beers sitting around. So you need to stop by and check it out if you're in that area. And if you're not in that area, jump on the internet and check out craftcity.com. Like I told you guys on earlier reviews, they have a real nice website there. It's got the beers they have in stock, and it usually has the Rate Beer and Beer Advocate rating for each one of those beers there. So it's just a nice reference of what other guys are getting from the beer. So you can't always go by that, but it is nice information to have. The more information you got, the better off you are making your decision. So that being said, you need to stop by and check them out. They also ship beers too, and they ship beer very reasonably. They don't try to gouge you on the shipping like a lot of other places that ship beers out across the country and stuff. So check them out. They'll box you up some beers. You go on the website, make you a wish list, and place your order, and they'll box it up and get it to you. And they got real nice packaging. They got that plastic tray that goes in between the beers, keep everything nice and separated. Not 1,000 barrels of peanuts in there that go everywhere when you open up the box. So real nice way to package up beers and get them sent out. So let's get on with this one. This is, like I said, Port Brewing Summer Pale Ale. Don't have the IBU this on here, and as a matter of fact, Rate Beer has this beer at 5.2%, and it clearly says 6.0 right here on the label. So evidently they've kicked it up a notch for the newer batch here. And over to Beer Advocate, they have the right ABV. They have 6% here. And this is an American Pale Ale. This is their summer Pale Ale. So I'm hoping it's going to have a nice hop presence to this one, guys. Commercial description on this beer says Summer Pale Ale is our version of the iconic West Coast style Pale Ale. Our brewers decided this beer should be all about the hops. Therefore we brew it without any crystal malt. In choosing to brew a beer this way, we are left to focus solely on the expressive nature of the hops they choose for this beer. So I'm hoping it's going to be a nice hoppy beer. I like a nice hoppy Pale Ale. And it shouldn't have and without the IBUs to tell you, it shouldn't be up there 70 to over 100 like a lot of your IPAs and double IPAs have. This should be pretty moderate. And if I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, guys, on a Pale Ale, the IBU should somewhere be between 40 and 50, I would think. So, over to the food pairings. On the pale ale, food pairing, the cuisine is Pan-Asia. The cheeses are the earthy Camembert Fontina, your nutty cheeses, Asiago Colby, Parmesan, your tangy cheeses, Brick Adam and Feta, and the meat for this is poultry. But I tell you guys, the IPAs and the pale ales go well with just about anything. Grilled meat, pizza, Mexican, I mean, just about anything. I mean, it's pretty easy to drink beer. And if you're just getting into craft beers and you find the IPAs are a little too bitter or too hoppy, you might start off with a nice pale ale. But some pales are more hoppier than the other. I know the Sierra Nevada pale is pretty hoppy as opposed to some others. So you can get into some hoppier pales. So we're going to find out what this one is all about. Glassware, pint, becker, nonic, tumbler, mug, stein, Seidel. We're going to got the pint glass today, and not recommended for extended cellarings, but not knowing what the date of the beer is, how do you know if it's been cellared already? I got a beef with that, guys. They make some great beers, but they need to step up to the plate. Nice hiss, and get a dating machine. That's all I'm going to fuss about now about that, but they need a damn dating machine if they're going to be in the craft beer business. And like I said, these guys have been around for a little bit. And I think they even have more than one location. Not sure about that because I'm not out in San Diego or in California where these beers are distributed. So, nice head on that one. A little more than a finger of head. It looks like it's big soapy bubbles on the outside of it. Nice tight bubbles on the top, but it's got some big bubbles on the side. Over into the light, it's got a slight chill haze on it. It's not perfectly clear. A lot of bubbles streaming up. Looks like it's fairly well carbonated. Got us a good hiss when we popped the cap on that one. So, decent carbonation on this one. Let's get a nose on it. Not like an IPA, but it definitely has a nice hot presence on the nose on this beer. Getting some grapefruit and some orange and tangerine. Definitely would consider this a West Coast style pale with the hops addition they've done here. Wow, smells very good, guys. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Donovan. Cheers, buddy. Very nice. It may be more into the 50 range in the IBUs. It's got a nice bitterness on the back of it, so this is definitely a hop-forward pale ale. I've had some IPAs that didn't have this hop presence in it before, guys. So it's a hoppy pale. No alcohol taste. Very drinkable. Very sessionable for a 6%er. Kind of tasty. I like this beer. It's got a nice West Coast hop presence to it, so I like that. Seems very impressive. I think we might have an A beer here, guys. So we're going to let the other half have the other half of this bottle. Sip on it for a little bit. We'll come back and give you some final comments and grades on this one, guys. But it looks like a winner. Alright, guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. I actually went to the website trying to find because it's got a little stronger bitterness on the back end that most pales don't have, to find the IBUs, and it doesn't even have that listed on their website. It says Summer Pale Ale SPA is our version of the iconic West Coast style pale ale. Our massively hoppy West Coast style pale ale, we use Chinook, Cascade, Amarillo, and Simcoe hops to really put our mark on the beer. An initial nose of dankness with some subtle pine. SPA starts with an initial bite from the hops and finishes with a refreshing tangerine-like bitterness. Our SPA is the perfect accompaniment to any summer night activities. And that's basically all it says, other than the ABV listed here. It doesn't have any IBUs listed at all. So I tried. Alright guys, we got the final chug here, and like I said, there is no dating on the bottle, so there's nothing written on the bottle whatsoever anywhere, so they are not dating their beers. Like I said, this is another reason why I get up on the soapbox and preach about the dating and stuff. So it is what it is. They choose not to date their stuff, so if it was available here, unless I absolutely knew it was fresh, I would probably not purchase it. So, as us consumers, that's the only way we can send the signal to them that we're not going to buy their beers without a date on it, is not to buy it. They just let it sit there. But they know. I mean, the biggest reason why they don't is one, the cost of the machinery to date the beers, and two, it gives the beer a longer shelf life. I mean, if it ain't got a date on it, us suckers go in there and say, oh, I already had this one, and then you grab that one, not knowing it's been sitting on the shelf for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So gives it a longer shelf life. But on the other side of that card, I mean, if you buy something that's 6 months old and you don't like it because of the age of the beer, you won't buy it again. So they lose the sale or resale of the beer. So, my personal opinion, if I had a craft brewery, that would be one of the machines that I would definitely have on startup, is to have a dating machine for the beer bottles or the beer cans. Not on the package, not on the 6-pack, not on the case, but on each individual can or bottle. But anyway, let's do the final chug on this one. Very nice beer. Tangerines, oranges, mango, pine, and grapefruit. It's got all the stuff in it to make it a great beer. It really does. It's a very tasty beer. I'm glad I got to try this one. It's definitely a winner. It's definitely an A beer, guys. If it had a date on the bottle, it'd get to 9. I mean, it's that good. It's a 9 out of a 10 beer. It's definitely worth picking up. It's a very tasty pale ale. Got a lot going on with all the hops they've used. A nice caramel maltiness to the beer. Very enjoyable. A little stronger bitterness with all the hops they've used. It does have a little bit stronger bitter back end on the back of it, but I like that. I mean, I'm a hop head. I like IPAs and bitter beers, but the date, it just sticks in my craw there that they refuse to date the beer. So instead of getting the 9, it gets the 8. We're giving it an A- today. So let's see what everybody else thinks. We'll go to Beer Advocate. They say 88, which is in the very good range. Would not argue with that. It is a very good beer, guys. It certainly is. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 97 and 99 in the style. So awesome numbers from those guys. It's a tasty beer. We can just get them to date the damn stuff. Alright guys, we're going to wrap it up on this one. If you've had this one from Port Brewing, this is their Summer Pale Ale. Let me know what you think, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.